can chime in, and we can help each other and learn from each other. So that was pretty much everything I had. If anybody else has questions.
Well, the first question I have is, can you put that document in Biz?
Sure.
Great. All right, Sherry's typing one up.
Or was your question the same as Stephanie's?
We can't see you, Sherry, so go ahead and type it out.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry, we're driving. I was trying to type it out and while driving, but I couldn't. You asked it, Stephanie.
Okay, great. Yeah, I saw it. Wonderful. That's good, Ellie. And we were just talking about that today. I had a lunch meeting with Kathy and Laura, and welcome. This is Laura's first team call to be on, so welcome, Laura, for being here. But, you know, with busy schedules, and many of us have very busy schedules, it is imperative to just write down everything, and even to the point of writing down your prospect calls. Have you started to do that, Ellie?
Have I started to do what?
Write down of when you're going to be calling prospects and different people that you need to connect with?
Yes. I schedule in time for prospecting, time for being on Facebook, time for reading, everything that I do is on there. The other benefit of it, Susan Fly always recommends it, because the IRS, if you were ever to be audited, really wants to be able to specifically see that you've been doing at least 45 minutes a day of business activity. And so if you have, I just print out these planners 90 days at a time, and then I have those so that if I ever had to give them to the IRS, they'd be able to see every day where my 45 minutes of business building activities are. Excellent.
That's good information. And then you feel a little bit more satisfactory with yourself after doing 45 minutes, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely gives a little bit more confidence of doing this, knowing that you actually were productive. But that's the interesting thing about that is when you actually write down what you do throughout the day, you can either give yourself that smile and the pat on the back, or the opposite end of, oh, I really didn't do much today. Tomorrow I got to make sure I do something a little bit more. It just makes it black and white. I find for myself that when I write down everything, and especially the people that I did call, I end up calling more people. It helps me to reach my goal sooner and with more people when I write it down versus just doing it.
I definitely find that as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
Other question, did somebody else have a question? Because the other thing I was going to suggest we talk about tonight, one of the other activities that they wanted us to do this week was to step out of our comfort zone and do something we wouldn't normally do. So I would be kind of interested to hear what other people's ideas were, what they were thinking they might do to do something different this week. I am going tomorrow to start working towards my search and rescue goal. I am meeting with the trainer and a breeder to test puppies, so that should be fun and interesting.
Fun, Ellie. Okay, I'm unmuting everybody. So if you do need to mute out and you have background noise, no problem. But I unmuted everybody so that you have a chance to speak. And Kathy keeps muting hers back on.
So is the step out of your comfort zone about approaching someone about isogenics, or an activity, or just anything that you wouldn't normally do?
It's an activity something new, like they said, something like going to a new workout class or somewhere where you're going to be able to meet people in a new.
Well then.
Okay. I'll have to think about that one.
All right, let's hear from a couple of you. What would be a good challenge for you guys to push you out of your comfort zone and anything, whatever that may be. And we're all in different places. So different, something a little different that you haven't done before that you want to perfect a little bit more. How about going back to the challenge? Right now, when you have an event that other people would be interested in, you can seriously just focus in on that event and work it as much as possible. So does anyone have anything about our challenge coming up that you could do that would push you out of your comfort zone in order to market that?
I think probably for me, it would be sharing that with other people I work with. Probably because they don't see me in that light. I've been with the firm I'm with for 25 years. And although I've been doing isogenics for a long time, I've been pretty silent about that. So now for me to approach them about something new like that is totally out of my comfort zone.
Right.
Especially when you're dealing with attorneys that pretty well set in their ways by this point. Getting them to take a look at what we have. I have talked to one, and that was totally out of my comfort zone. I mean, approaching him, he would probably have been the last one I would have ever approached. But I would probably keep doing that and just go one by one and get a little more out of that arena that they see me in of just doing litigation work and paralegal stuff.
Right.
That's what I'll do.
That's fantastic, Madonna. Yeah, and it'll get easier the more attorneys you speak to or assistants or whoever you're speaking to. It will get easier one by one by one. By the time you get down to the first floor, you'll be a pro.
Yeah, I'll be a pro at something anyway.
Or even start on the first floor or the bottom floor. So and then
start on the bottom floor, down where Christine is.
Right. Start down there. Start with Natalie because that's an easy, fun one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She would probably be my biggest challenge. Not to think of it. Yeah. Okay.
Then you start with your hardest challenge because then it only gets easier from there.
If I can get by her, yeah.
Right. So I put the message out to, I don't know, probably 100 people while I was at gymnastics today. And I just got a message from Brad's cousin. And so, something to talk about because different questions are going to come up. And the message I sent to her, she's done this product here and there, nothing on a regular basis. But we are doing a transformation challenge starting November 7th if you would like to join. And I sent her the flyer. And she wrote back, "Can you drink?" So if you're going to have different people, comment back on that. I responded with, because I know my cousin, sure, as long as you know that's part of your results. But when you treat it as a lifestyle, it can be a part of it. I wouldn't do that around cleanse days. So make sure that you match what their needs are. And she's not going to get the same results. We've had this conversation before that if she is going to drink, you're not going to get the primo results. But I know she's going to get something. She's going to feel great. She's already in great shape already, but she's going to feel better. And if she does drink and then she doesn't get a hangover, that could certainly be enough just right there to make her love it a little bit more of a lifestyle. So I just try to, do that. But you're going to get interesting questions. Can I eat? Can I drink? Can I, how much do I have to exercise? All those different things. Make it so that it's true. And it's correct to our program, but also something that they want to do, whatever their lifestyle is. Or you could ask them, do you want to go extreme?
I've had that response a lot lately, is that they don't want to change their lifestyle.
Right.
They like how they live.
Okay. So I have some other associates on our team right now who they came to me immediately with that, like, and just to be very honest, I'm going to be very blunt. They're like, we drink and we drink a lot and we like pasta. We don't want to change that. Like, okay, that's fine. Just understand your results won't be as fast as others. But you're still going to feel better. You're gonna notice some differences. And so their results a year later, and I think we're like right around a year and 2 months later, and they were extremely skeptical in the beginning because they did not want to change their lifestyle, which meant a lot of beer. He's lost, and he's a thin man, but he's lost about 13 pounds. She's lost about 10 pounds, but they feel phenomenal. And that's the thing. They're like, if we can have the lifestyle that we have and feel this great, whether we've lost the weight we really want to lose or not, doesn't matter. We feel fantastic. And we know our lifestyle is not good. We don't care. We just want a little combination of both. And they're happy, and we're over a year into this now and they're happy. So it's what people are looking for. It doesn't matter what we want for them. But how have you answered that in the past, LaDonna?
I haven't really. I just kind of figured they're on the path they want to be on, so I haven't really come up with a direct response for that. I found that on a couple of people, if I tell them they can drink, they end up swapping that out instead of being on the healthy side of the program.
Yeah.
And they start failing and they give it up. So I kind of switched back to telling people, well, no, you can't drink on this because I figured it was leading them down the wrong path to tell them that they could.
Gotcha. I think, for some it's just, and you know them, so you know what they're willing to do or not willing to do, if you know them anyways. And in these two particular situations, they wouldn't do the program if they knew they couldn't. That's
right.
It's black and white.
Do they do cleanse too, or are they just doing like swapping out meals for the shakes and stuff?
They do a full 30-day system, and they have for a year now.
So they do the cleanse. They just don't drink on those days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One compromise for that is asking people to not drink at all and to do their best with other food selections. Because for some people, it's not drinking. For some people, and I think Sarah said, I don't want to give up my chocolate. Or they don't want to give up their carbs, or they don't want to do, different things like that. Just ask them for your first 30 days, if you can do this as close to the program as much as possible. And then after that, if you want to add some of that stuff back in, you may not add as much as you normally do. You might add a little bit in, but you're making it a lifestyle. And if it's a lifestyle, it's a continued process. And in that way, it certainly works. But if you're going to judge how you feel and how you look during these 30 days, then give it your best. And then they can make some decisions. Because even if they are drinkers or sugar eaters or chocolate or whatever it is, they're still going to gain our benefits. It's just not going to be to the optimum that we can give them, but they're going to feel and look different.
I just tell people, well, first of all, I ask them what their goal is going into it. And then I just tell them that they are delaying they have to be realistic if they're delaying their results.
Right. And some people won't care. And that's what we have to be okay with, as long as they understand that. If you're going to delay your results, because let's get real here. We just passed up Halloween. We're coming up to Thanksgiving. We're coming up to Christmas and all the parties. So Thanksgiving usually has bad foods and drinks. Christmas parties are going to include all of that. And so if we're asking them to do a program during this time of the year, there's going to have to be some give and take. And we can't be the ones to tell them yes or no. They have to make their own decisions. But if they know that they can incorporate and maybe have a glass of wine at the party and not be scared about it or nervous because they're on the phone, they're just going to delay their results a little bit more. But if they're okay with that, then we need to be okay. But there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up these holiday season. That's funny. I have a lot of nudists around my house.
Well, and Stephanie, I still recommend to people, for instance, like my sister will say, I still want to be able to go out to eat, or I want to be able to eat what I want when I go out. And I tell her that's fine, but I still recommend to her she does half a shake before she goes, or does a shake before she goes, so that she eats less of what she shouldn't eat.
Exactly. Absolutely, Ellie. And when we do the Transformation Challenge calls, we'll certainly give a lot of those tips. And if you are going to go out to eat, do this or this or this or this to help you. Or when you get to the restaurant, choose this. So we can show them some flexibility.
The call's over in like a minute.
Yeah. So thank you, Ellie. You did awesome. I love all your tips. We'll type some of these up and send out your sheet. And if you guys want to jump onto the accountability, we'll do my number, the 355-936-0196. I'll type it up.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Who uses an app to schedule your posts, like Buffer or Hootsuite, or which one do you use?
We used Hootsuite. I just had my assistant do it, so that's why I'm not doing it now. But we like Hootsuite.
Does anybody else use one?
I know Sherry has done Buffer in the past.
Buffer. I think I saw Tanya